What's up YouTube, jDantastic here, and this is my review of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now this isn't going to be a full, in-depth, complete breakdown type review. This is going to be my opinion on the game, what I think is awesome, what I think is not so awesome, maybe what I would have done differently, that type of stuff. So this is strictly my opinion. If you want to see a really good in-depth review, then take a look at Sheikah's video, which I will link in the description below. He did a really awesome job on reviewing the game itself and the mechanics and that type of stuff. So what I'm going to do is this is all just, like I said, strictly my opinion, how I feel about the game. This is the sick intro, which is pretty awesome. This isn't the music that goes with it. This is just some music that I can use without getting a strike on my channel, so that's why this music is playing. But the intro is sick. Now, as most of you know, my favorite Dragon Ball Z game to date is Budokai Tenkaichi 3, so I'm going to be comparing this to that game's, you know, a little bit. I'm not going to do like a side-by-side comparison or anything like that because they're not really the same game, and this game takes aspects from a lot of, you know, different style Dragon Ball Z games. So yeah, let's just jump right in. So this is just going to be some gameplay that I put together on the PC version. This is the PC version that I will be playing right here. That is my created character from the PC version. My created character on the PS4 is the Arcosian. So I have played the game on the PS4 and the PC. It plays smooth as F on both. So there's no lag on the PC, there's no lag on the PS4. They're both they play amazingly awesome. They look amazingly awesome. I don't have an Xbox One, but I'm sure that it's just as good. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. So yeah, so just to dive right in, the gameplay. Now, I know a lot of you, as I can admit this, I was scared after playing the demo. I didn't really enjoy the demo that much. I got to play it several times, and it felt really stiff, and it felt like it wasn't going to be very smooth, and that the moves didn't coordinate well, and just the movement in general didn't feel right. It didn't feel like a Dragon Ball Z game, and that kind of had me worried. So, you know, I was a little iffy. I gotta be completely honest, I didn't think Xenoverse was going to be that great of a game. However, I was always going to give it a chance. There was never going to be a moment where I wasn't going to buy the game. I get every single Dragon Ball Z game because I love them all. I am such a huge fan of the series, so I am a little biased in that sense because I'm always going to play the games whether I like them or not. I didn't like the Raging Blast series very much at all. Raging Blast 1 or 2, I wasn't a big fan of either one of them. I played them because I just love Dragon Ball Z that much, but I mean, they were far from my favorite games. So the actual game itself, though, the actual release is so smooth and so fluent. It's a completely different game. I've said this several times on Twitter and in a couple of the videos that I've put up so far, but it's a whole new game. So just please don't judge it on the demo. That's the biggest point I can make. If you can like go to find a GameStop or a Target, I think has the, you know, an actual like demo of the actual game, play that and try to get a sense of it because it's so much different and it deserves a shot. Now, the game actually takes mechanics. I would say it's a lot closer to the Tenkaichi series than the Budokai series, obviously. It's not like a 2D side-scrolling game. I know that the Budokai was 3D-esque in that you could kind of move around the map, but not really. So in these, it's open world. You can fly around the map. You know, you can lock onto a character, or you can not be locked on anyone and just kind of free roam the map. Which is good because there's hidden items, there's Dragon Balls that you can find in the maps and all that kind of stuff. So the gameplay is epic. One thing that I have definitely struggled with is adjusting to the controls on this as compared to Tenkaichi. Now there's some stuff that I don't really, you know, understand why they did the controller layout that way. I think it's just because I'm still getting used to it, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. But things like flying up with X but down with the pushing down on the left joystick is kind of weird, and grab is L1 and circle, which is kind of weird. So they just, you know, there's a lot of kind of standard things for fighting games that they didn't really do with the button layout. And there's different button layouts, and you can change the layout a little bit, but I'm just trying to get used to the default layout. So that's kind of iffy. But in terms of gameplay, it's very solid. It's incredibly solid. The two different move lists where you can have like 4 powerful moves, like a rush attack or a blast attack, or if you want to charge up or transform. And then you can have your super attacks when you hold down L2 and R2 instead of just R2, which is pretty sweet. And you can just completely customize everything, so that is awesome. The storyline, I love it. It's such a refresher because they didn't just rehash the DBZ storyline, which is fine for the previous, you know, Dragon Ball Z games where you just play through. You know, the Tenkaichi 3 had the What If saga, which was pretty fun to kind of do the kind of what if stuff. But this puts a twist on that. You're called to this Toki Toki City where you have to go back in time to set the history straight because someone is messing with the history. So you are playing the Dragon Ball Z story, but you're playing it in a different light because you have to make sure that it plays out the way that it was supposed to play out because someone is altering time. So it's kind of a fun twist on the storyline while still keeping the same storyline, if that makes sense. It's just a nice new way to go about it. It's nice to have that little refresher and to add some new stuff to it. And not only that, the side quests are really fun. There's a ton of different side quests you can do. And the story mode, the game is actually pretty tough. It's actually really hard. You have to level up. You have to do some grinding on the side quests. Otherwise, you will never make it through the story mode. The story mode fights are tough, and I think they designed it that way on purpose. So, and I kind of like it. I like hard games. I don't like games that are too easy. The create a character is amazing. You can create your own character. You can have a Majin character, or a Namekian, or a Saiyan, or a human, or an Arcosian, which is awesome. You can have the different sexes, so male or female for most of them, which is pretty cool. And then there's just so many different customized options with the movesets and the clothing and the accessories and the items. Nobody's character is going to be the same, and it's phenomenal. I love it. It's so cool to be able to play as my own character. And the way that they did the master system, so you can actually pick someone from the actual storyline to train you, so you can pick like Piccolo or Goku or Vegeta, and they can be your trainer, and they can teach you different movesets, and then you can get their soul, so to speak, and you attach it to your character, and then that makes their moves more powerful. So you can customize your own movesets to be the exact same as your favorite character, but you're playing as a character that looks like you, or you can mash up different characters from the series, which is awesome because you don't have to just pick and run with one of them. I haven't run into any issues with how many characters are selectable in the game because I just want to play with my created character. I'm playing with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in this little clip here, but playing with your created character is the most fun. I mean, come on, who doesn't want to do that? And then there's also the MMO aspects where you can do parallel quests with everyone, which is sweet. So I think it's time. I think I have enough time in this game that I can say that this is my new favorite Dragon Ball Z game. I think, you know, this is going to take the crown. It's the next gen. PlayStation 2 was the shining moment for Dragon Ball Z games. Tenkaichi 3, the Budokai series, I loved all of those. And then, you know, the Raging Blast and stuff, they just didn't really do it for me. This game, I think it has everything. It has solid fighting mechanics. The fighting is fun. It's not perfect, but it's fun. It's so much fun to fight in this game, and the challenge aspect is there, which I really love. So I highly recommend this game. I think that if you're a fan of the series, especially if you like Dragon Ball Z and you've liked past Dragon Ball Z games, then you need to get this game. There hasn't been a single thing that I've encountered that I think would deter me from getting this game. So it's definitely it's 100% awesome. I think you should get it. Give it a chance. My name is jDantastic. I will talk to you later.